We ask Allah to help us summarize the interpretation of the verses of Surat Al-Baqarah. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, and may blessings and peace be upon our Master Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah, may God bless him and grant him peace, and upon all his family and companions.
Interpretation of verse 217 of Surat Al-Baqarah. Reason for the revelation of the verse. This verse was revealed before the verses of repelling aggression with aggression, which is that the polytheists took advantage of the fact that Allah had forbidden the believers to fight in the sacred months and in the sacred mosque, and they used to torture and fight the believers in the sacred months and in the sacred mosque. And from the mercy of Allah, Allah has prescribed for the believers to respond to aggression with aggression if the polytheists attack them, so the believers must respond to aggression in defense of themselves and their religion. And this verse was because of the Muslims fighting in one of the sacred months, as the polytheists attacked the believers, but this ended with fighting one of the polytheists in the month of Rajab, and the believers did not know that it was the first of Rajab, so they thought that they were in the last of Jumada. And as I said at the beginning of the interpretation, this verse was before the verse of repelling aggression, so at that time it was not permissible for a Muslim to fight in the sacred months even if a polytheist attacked him. To clarify, I will mention to you the event that was the reason for the revelation of the verse. The messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, sent out expeditions to reconnoiter the Quraysh. They were 8 mujahideen in the way of God, led by Abdullah bin Yash. He gave him a letter and ordered him to open it after 2 days. After 2 days, he read what was in the letter, and it was as follows: Go to Bat-Nakhl and do not force anyone to go with you. He left them free to go if they wanted to or not. They all said, We hear and we obey. But on the way, the camel of Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas and Uqba bin Ghazwan got lost, and they went looking for them, and 6 remained with Abdullah, and they went to Bat-Nakhl and found Amr bin al-Hadrami with 3 of them, so Amr bin al-Hadrami attacked them and entered into a battle with the Muslims, which led to the Muslims killing Amr bin al-Hadrami and capturing 2 of those with him, and 1 escaped. This day was thought by the Muslims to be the last day of Jumada al-Akhirah, but it later became clear to them that it was the first of Rajab, and it is known that Rajab is one of the sacred months in which fighting is forbidden. God has forbidden fighting in the sacred months and in the sacred mosque even if the polytheists attacked, because as I said at the beginning of the interpretation of the verse, this event came before the revelation of the verse of repelling aggression with aggression, and fighting was forbidden even if the polytheists attacked first. As for the one who fled from them, he informed the polytheists of what had happened.
We continue the interpretation with verse 217 of Surat Al-Baqarah. And in this event this verse was revealed to respond to the polytheists, who exploited this mistake in the timing of the fighting, as the Muslims thought that this day was the last of Jumada, and not the first of Rajab. The polytheists considered fighting the Muslims to be a violation of the sanctity of the month of Rajab. They said, Muhammad claims that he respects the sacred months, and he is the one who fought in Rajab, which is one of the sacred months in which fighting is forbidden. The Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace, paid the blood money to the polytheists, and the Messenger of God, may God bless him and grant him peace, refrained from the spoils and prisoners and waited until God decided the matter. This verse was revealed, and it is the judgment of heaven with this wise statement from God, that the Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace, should respond to them by saying, Fighting in the sacred month is indeed a great matter. But look, O infidels of Quraysh, at what you have done to the servants of God, and compare the greatness of this with the greatness of that. You say, fighting in the sacred months is great, but preventing them from the path of God and their disbelief in Him, and preventing the Muslims from the sacred mosque, and expelling the people of Mecca from it are greater in the sight of God than fighting in the sacred month, and the fitna is greater than killing, for you used to torture the believers until they apostatized from Islam. Allah increases the resolve of the believers to remain steadfast in their position, and to let them know that what the disbelievers did is more severe, and that it is a greater injustice, and a crime committed by the disbeliever. And He informs them that they will insist and fight you until you renounce Islam if they are able. And the word if they are able indicates a challenge from Allah to them that they will not be able. So Allah warns the believers so that they remain steadfast in their faith and strengthens their resolve, and they know that whoever among them renounces his religion, all of his deeds are as if they did not exist, even if they were good, because they were not for Allah as long as he is a disbeliever, meaning he loses what he did and whatever deeds he does. He will not be rewarded for them while he is a disbeliever, meaning he will not benefit from them in this world and will not be rewarded for them in the hereafter, and he will enter the fire as if he is its owner.
Peace, mercy and blessings of God be upon you.